government as a means to that end are a way of life. My campaign theme in 2007 and still today, beholden to none and accountable to all, reflects my commitment to be a strong, independent voice for all Philadelphians. This election represents an important opportunity to set a new direction for our city. Philadelphia voters are given 5 votes for City Council at large. I'd like to tell you why I think one of those votes should be cast for me. As my colleague said, I have been a budget hawk from day one, and I believe that I have earned the respect of my colleagues on fiscal matters, even if they may not agree with me on every issue. In my first term, I fought and helped defeat proposed 19% and 14% property tax increases, a regressive $300 residential trash fee, and the sugar-sweetened beverage tax. And I voted against the 9.9% real estate tax increase that did pass. Tax increases are not the only option, nor should they be the first option to address a budget deficit. In my first year, I joined with my freshman colleagues to present over $50 million in savings. Last spring, we as a body identified over $100 million more in spending cuts, many of which were adopted by the mayor. As council's representative on the Criminal Justice Advisory Board, I have worked to reduce the city's prison population by over 2,000 people and implemented major reforms, saving the city over $25 million on an annual basis. We can save an additional $200 million a year by replacing multi-step paper-based processes with streamlined online processes, just like private industry, by working with the municipal unions to offer these improved services, and by using program-based budgeting to ensure public investment yields positive, meaningful results. I said I would work to create jobs in Philadelphia, and I believe that we're headed in the right direction. When it comes to the economy, it's clear that we need new solutions to our problems. To grow this city and to provide jobs for our residents, we need to eliminate the job-killing net income tax. Time and again, I have heard from businesses big and small throughout this city that the net income tax is the one tax that prevents them from growing or putting their business in Philadelphia in the first place. I pledge to work with my colleagues to eliminate the net income tax within the next 5 years. I told voters I would work to address quality of life issues, and again, I believe I delivered. I successfully sued the city to prevent the closure of 11 libraries, and today libraries are open in Eastwick, Mantua, Mount Airy, Bogans, Point Breeze, Fishtown, Paddington, Holmesburg, King Sesek, and South Philadelphia. I passed legislation enhancing public safety by cracking down on driving while texting or talking on cell phones without headsets. Enhanced public health by clamping down on overflowing dumpsters on our streets and sidewalks. And protected public space by allowing historic preservation of our most honored and cherished interior spaces like this room, City Council chambers, or the Grand Hall in the Wanamaker Building. I have co-sponsored legislation with my colleagues to protect victims of domestic violence and strengthen protections against fraudulent deeds to combat house theft. My fantastic constituent service teams has helped thousands of residents get dangerous buildings torn down, potholes filled, and benefits accessed. But we have only just begun. During the last 3 years, we've faced significant challenges, and by and large, we've met them. But I'm not satisfied with the pace and scope of change. Why not? Because the fate of our city turns on how real we are about the challenges confronting us, and how bold we are in addressing them. In the past 30 years, we've lost over 240,000 jobs and more than 140,000 residents. We've lost 47,000 jobs in the last 10 years alone. Our poverty rate has grown to 25%. Our childhood poverty rate is 36%. Our school dropout rate is close to 50%. Only 1 in 5 Philadelphians has a college degree. We are dead last in entrepreneurial activity of the 15 major cities in the country. This is not sustainable. The demographic trends we confront require much more than Band-Aids. In the face of this, we're lauding ourselves for things given the scope of the challenges before us. We pat ourselves on the back for modest improvements in school test scores, but the pace of change will not get our students to grade level for 150 years. We don't have 150 years to turn this city around. We hold press conferences to announce that jobs are coming, but we need net new job growth and jobs available to people in our neighborhoods, not the kinds of job loss we've had over the past 10 years. We declare as a victory the fact that we have no contract with two of our municipal labor unions. But no contracts means we're missing a chance to work with our workforce to grapple with pension and health care costs, which will consume 35% of our city budget before long. We're standing at the crossroads. One path is well-worn and easy. It's a continuation of our current path, where all we do is make changes at the margins. But for Philadelphia to survive and prosper, we must chart a new course. And we must do so together. From the many corners of this city, we can agree on a shared vision. A city with its people fully employed, well-schooled, not overtaxed, and believing in and getting value from their government. I will fight for what does work, and I will fight to end what does not work. I won't shy away from challenges. I will join you in confronting them to make Philadelphia the great city it should be. I'm asking my fellow Philadelphians for the opportunity to serve you for another 4 years, to fight for you as a council member who is truly beholden to none and accountable to all. Thank you very much for being here.